Kingsley Coman, also the latest on him. I've not talked about Kingsley Coman at all, but he was linked to Arsenal a couple of days ago. Arsenal are plotting a shock move to sign Bayern Munich winger Kingsley Coman on a season-long loan. Sources have told Football Insider. Sources say Coman is keen on making the move this summer, but would seek assurances over his playing time. Now, there's a couple of issues with this particular deal. Now, let's start with the positives. If you have Coman there and you have a backup for Saka, that would be great. But there's a couple of things that are, there's another positive. Like before last season, before Bayern Munich didn't win the league last season, before that, Kingsley Coman had won like 8 or 9 titles in a row wherever he had been, at PSG, at Juventus, at Bayern Munich. He had literally won every single title every single season, like the league titles up until last year. I think it's like 8, 9, or maybe even 10. Like that's crazy for his age, having won all those leagues in France, in Germany, and also in Italy. Crazy. Maybe he can bring that good luck to us and he can add us something. But the thing is, would he really want to be a backup? I don't know, man. Yes, they've signed Olise there. They have Sane there. Yes, that is a problem. That is the reason why I'd want to leave. But would he really want to join Arsenal and be a backup for Saka? I don't know. Because Saka is a first team at Arsenal. I don't think you can really convince anyone that if you come to Arsenal, you're going to definitely play. When he's playing in the same position as Saka or Odegaard or Saliba, they'll be like, are you sure we're really going to play? Saka is your star boy. Everything goes through him over the last 4 or 5 seasons. Are you really going to drop him for me? I don't think so. I think he'd be looking for a team where he's going to play. Why it benefits Arsenal is the fact that it would be a loan deal, maybe an option to buy, an obligation to buy, so that could help us to, focus on other positions, midfield and striker, and then we know that we have a winger that you're going to pay for next season. That would be great. I think that was the same with Sane. If you're going to end up getting Sane, it's with a loan with an obligation to buy. I think we're going to sign a midfielder and a striker. But for wing and goalkeeper, I'm not sure. Maybe you could get someone on a loan, like a David Dreyer, a loan deal, and then you sign them next season. I think you could see a deal like that. But the fact that he doesn't want to be a backup, it would be a problem. And then this is another problem as well. Neto has just joined Chelsea. The injury problems, we know about the injury problems. Let's see how he performs for Chelsea next season. But I just know, within the first 5 games of the season, don't be surprised to hear that Neto is injured again. Don't be surprised. Now, Coman could even be worse in terms of injuries compared to Neto. Now, look at this. Last season, Coman missed 21 games through injury. 5 different injuries last season. He missed 21 games. 5 different injuries in a season. That is crazy. I don't even think Jesus, but maybe Tomiyasu usually has like 3 or 4. Partey usually has like 2 and then it disappears. Jesus, we know that knee injury maybe comes up 2 or 3 times a season. But 5 different injuries in a season, keeping up for 21 games, crazy. The previous season, he missed 8 games. That was that's a good season for him. The previous season, 16 games. 2020, 2021, he missed 6 games. And then before that, it was horrific. He missed 12 games, then 28 games, then 23 games. And it's just crazy. Just look at all those games he was missing. And per season, he's picking up 6 injuries, 5 injuries, 4 injuries. That is scary. That is very scary. Like in terms of if you want a player to come to Arsenal, Coman has been picking up a lot of injuries. If I'm not wrong, he even missed one or both of the games that he played against them last season. I can't remember, but I'm sure he missed the one that he played at the Emirates. I think the injuries are very, very bad for Coman. So if you're not signing Neto, if you didn't want to sign Neto because of the injuries, then it wouldn't really make sense if you're signing Coman because of the injuries as well. Unless they see like it's worth it with the loan deal, maybe let's just risk it for 1 year. We're not buying him; it's an option to buy. If he comes and he plays 30 games in the Premier League, then we can decide to sign him after that. But those injuries are a problem. So it's very difficult to get wingers. I don't think Nico Williams is going to leave Bilbao. I think he's just been given a new number there. I think number 10 or something. It doesn't look like he's going to leave. Neto's moved on to Chelsea. Sane looks like he's going to stay at Bayern. So there's not too many wingers unless we're going to try and get Coman. Edu is currently in Spain, so I don't know what deal he's working on over there. Let's wait and see. Aaron Ramsdale, will he end up leaving Arsenal or not? Now, this is the latest on him. Southampton are interested in Aaron Ramsdale deal on loan. Nothing advanced yet. Player could be open to move for 1 season to be playing regular football again. As things stand, Arsenal won't accept or consider a loan move. So Arsenal just want to sell him, no loan move at all. So this one is going to be difficult. Now, out of those players that we've been trying to sell, Ramsdale, Nketiah, Nelson, Ramsdale is the one I'm like, he could end up staying. Actually, I don't know if by the time we get to like 1 week before the transfer window closes, they'll have a talk with that and decide, listen, there's no team that has come in for you. We're going to give you the cup games next season, maybe up until January, and then let's see what happens after that. I don't know if Ramsdale is going to be happy with that, but in terms of Arsenal getting the money that you want for Ramsdale, that is going to be difficult. And in fact, we've not really had any teams being linked to Ramsdale, and that is a worry. No team has even come in and said, okay, we have 15 million for him or something like that. Not at all. At the end of the season, I thought, Newcastle would be back for him, Southampton would want him, I thought Leicester would want him, maybe a Crystal Palace would come in for him, maybe a couple of teams abroad, but nothing at all. It's literally gone quiet with with Aaron Ramsdale, but Southampton are interested at the moment. Let's see if Arsenal are going to accept the loan deal. If it's under the obligation to buy, Arsenal might budge at the end of the transfer window. But that would be a difficult one. The Ramsdale one is a very, very difficult one. Let's see how this one develops. There's going to be a lot of deals for sure this month. We're already 12th of August. Just around over 2 weeks to go to the transfer window. The season is starting this weekend. 2 weeks to go to close the transfer window, just over 2 weeks. It's going to be a lot of deals still need to happen in terms of signings and sales and all that. A lot has to happen. One player that has left Arsenal, just the last one, according to Fabrizio, details of Brooke Norton-Caffey deal between Genoa and Arsenal, 2 million euros fixed fee, 5-year contract for Brooke as Genoa beat clubs from Ligue 1, Bundesliga and UK to the signing. Arsenal have included a sell-on clause in the deal. Medical will be in 48 hours. So one of the youngsters has left Arsenal. That's Norton-Caffey. Not much money, but you've included a sell-on clause. Let's hope it's like 15-20% sell-on clause there in case it becomes a great for Genoa and they sell him for 30 million. We can get at least 5 million or something from that. Let's hope so. So that is the latest in terms of the Arsenal news. Norton-Caffey has left. A lot of deals these days are including the sell-on clause. Also, we're trying to include that in the Nketiah deal. I think that is also another thing that pushed away Marseille. Maybe they want in the next couple of years, if he scores a bunch of goals for them and they sell him for 50 million, they want the entire fee. But not happening. I also want a sell-on clause as well. That is being included in a lot of transfers these days. Now, there's a couple of players I haven't talked about, like Merino. As we say, they do is currently in Spain. I don't know if he's working on that. Let's see how that one goes. We're still expecting Merino to join us before the Premier League season starts. I've also had possible talks of, Tomiyasu potentially leaving us. So would you guys be willing to sell Tomiyasu? He just signed a new contract, but he's picked up another injury. I don't think teams are going to sign him with that particular injury at the moment. I would keep him for this season, but if this injuries continue throughout the season, then next season you have to look at different options. And then we've also been linked to the Dingro. We'll talk about it in a different video. If Coman doesn't happen, could you end up getting a Dingro from Brighton? Very, very exciting player. I watched him at AFCON. I watched him for Brighton. He won the AFCON for Cote d'Ivoire and he's been looking really, really good. But let's see how that one develops. But yeah, there's been a lot of meltdown today, including myself on this video. But let me know what you make of all that. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on